On the waters of Robin Lake as we get set for the Rolex Junior Masters Championships. Hello everybody and welcome. Dan Debenham along with Wayne Grimdich, a Hall of Famer and former Masters champion. And Wayne, we certainly see other sports that put their young rising stars on display, sports like golf and tennis to name a few, but that's what we have here today as they have invited only the best to gather here at Robin Lake.
We have the best juniors across the world. That means they are totally excellent skiers, and it's very appropriate you mentioned those other sports. Stefan Edberg from Sweden won the Junior Wimbledon, went on to win the big show there. Tiger Woods won the Junior Worlds in golf. Who knows how far he'll go, and that's what we have here this afternoon. Just a host of talent out there on the water. Who knows? We could be seeing a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's true, and we are going to be competing in the three traditional disciplines, and that is slalom, jump, and tricks, and we begin with the ladies' tricks. And here is the way they will attack this course today. Susie Lohr, Mandy Nightingale, and Holly Hunt. Those are the three. Holly Hunt is definitely one of the favorites here. Susie Lohr from Sparta, Virginia, and Wayne Grimdich, of course. Most of the skiers that we will be watching today hail from the southeastern part of the United States.
Well, it's great climate to practice water skiing in, and this is an event that takes the most practice of all the disciplines in water skiing, trick skiing. The second run right here. Susie Lohr ends with a flip. Sensational run for her. Once again, they get 2 passes, 20 seconds each to throw in as many maneuvers as possible, and depending upon the difficulty of the maneuver, you're awarded a certain point value.
Well, and they are awarding more points for those flips now, and we see a lot of those at the end of everybody's run.
Now in the water is Mandy Nightingale, the defending champion 2 years ago. Had a very disappointing Masters last year, and she's hoping to stand up right here. Ooh, lets the handle out a little bit there, but she recovers nicely, and she's going to throw in a flip. Nicely done. 5 judges on shore are looking to see that she executes these tricks according to the rule book, and if they do, they'll receive the point values associated with the trick.
And you hear the horn indicating the end of her pass. That is Holly Hunt and her father. Mandy Nightingale, that first pass was worth 3,180 points, looking to surpass that here in her second pass. Now, she has her foot in the handle. This is known as the toe hold pass.
The foot is in basically a bear trap. It is locked in there. There's a person in the boat that will pin a release in case she falls. Here we go into a series of toe wake maneuvers. Very well done there. Hangs on, 2 stand-up runs for her. Excellent job, and 6,700 is going to be very tough to beat.
Picks up almost 400 extra points on that second pass, and so a very happy Mandy Nightingale right now. Take a look at that flip.
And she does 2 flips at the end of her run, both of those being awarded 500 points each.
Here is Holly Hunt from Orlando, Florida, and of course that is the hot spot not only of the state but for water skiing.
Trick skiing is composed of 2 basic categories, surface turns and wake turns, and there are variations off of both of those categories. Here she's doing some wake turns, 360-degree turns, and then one in the reverse direction. You do get credit for that.
Nice run for Holly Hunt, but that is not good enough to take over Mandy Nightingale. She finishes in first place, a young lady that also loves to play basketball and is with our own Wayne Grimdich.
If you had your choice, would you rather be out there skiing or shooting hoops?
Out there skiing. This is what makes me want to ski even more. Winner.
Congratulations today.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, now it's time for the young men to attack the waters here at Robin Lake. Paul Price, George Hatzis, and Jay Woodland will go out 1, 2, and 3 in the junior men's trick competition. Now, Paul Price had a difficult first pass. He has come all the way across the pond from Nottingham, England. He's really got to turn things up here in his second run, Wayne.
And off to a pretty good start. Saw a body over there. He's got another one planned coming up here in just a second where he throws his whole body over the rope. Judges are looking for clearance there, complete rotation before they land. Unfortunately, he falls early again and does not have a good performance.
Disappointing for this young man, but he does excel in the jumping competition. We'll see him and Mr. Hatzis coming up.
Timing, Rolex. Grace, Rolex. Rugged strength, Rolex. Electrifying performance. Qualities found in the Rolex Oyster Perpetual and in these champion athletes. Rolex is the official timepiece of the Masters Water Ski Tournament.
It's the Junior Masters Water Skiing Championship, and George Hatzis has flown in from Greece to compete here at Callaway Gardens just south of Atlanta, Georgia.
Very nice set of toe surface turns there. The judges are looking for continuous rotation, wrapping into the rope there. Toe wake 360, nice job. Another toe to the back position off the wake. And reverse toe wake back to back, very difficult trick. And he ends a nice stand-up run, and that's one of the objectives in the trick skiing event.
This is his second pass, 2,930 points scored on his first. Here comes Hatzis.
And he has scheduled a couple of flips towards the end here as he moves through some 540-degree wake turns, a 360 there, one full revolution, first flip. Down, nice job, and another one, and whoa, he just caught, it's a little short there, almost.
Boy, you can see the disappointment there too, Wayne. He was obviously disappointed, felt he had a strong pass going, but that's going to cost him, it does, 2,600 points, and so a disappointing overall total for the young man that has come all the way from Greece. Jay Woodland is much closer to home, Illinois. Much warmer climate here, and he expects to heat things up out on the waters now.
He as well is going through some toe surface turns, wrapping into the rope and off, unwrapping off the wake. And now here's a toe step over right there. He stepped over the lines in the back half of the turn, very difficult to see. Throws in a couple of toe side slides there. We'll have to wait and see whether that was in course. Judges will make that decision.
His first pass, a terrific 3,850 points. That is the best first pass that we have seen so far. Here's his second pass. He is really turning it on.
And the difficulty here is trying to go fast, yet trying to maintain your balance on a ski that has no fin. It's about 40 inches long, 11 inches wide, very slippery, and he's moving right down course. Very well. Oh, he just doesn't get low enough on the landing to absorb the shock and falls after really completing a nice flip.
Yeah, but his first pass was so strong that he's still able to finish in first place.
Congratulations again. You're a tall guy and a great tricker, kind of like Tori and Corey.
A lot like their style. I don't know. I've looked at them on tape for years, and I guess I kind of learned from that.
What was the most important aspect of your run for you to do well today? Get off to a good start in the first pass?
Stand up the first pass, and then the second pass, I know I can fight my way through it. As long as I don't lose the handle, I'll be all right.
Well, how's it feel to be a junior Masters champion?
Great. I've been second and third, now I got first.
Well, as difficult as tricking is, junior men's wakeboarding is big. Not only in the fact that it is growing in popularity, in fact it is the fastest growing water sport in the world today, but these young men get some huge air.
They're so serious there.
I'm telling you, these guys are getting better at younger ages. This is Hunter Brown. He's from nearby Winter Haven, Florida. And take a look at the extreme radical maneuvers that they perform off the wake, thus the term wakeboarding. It's kind of surfing and skateboarding and trick skiing all wrapped up into one. And that's a nice score for Hunter Brown, but this young man, Parks Bonifay, I can guarantee you will blow that score away. He is our last competitor on the water, following Roberta Rueda from Mexico. Parks Bonifay is said, Parks is said to be the best freestyler wakeboarder in the world, period. Junior or senior division.
And it's not hard to believe when you see him coming up just after this competitor right here. And these kids aren't very tall, and it doesn't matter. I mean, the smaller they are, the higher they get.
It's almost like they use the wind as a parachute. Of course, they have some huge air railies that they do, grabs there, a series of grabs. And Rueda, not a bad score, 16,658 points. But now for the main event. This is Parks Bonifay, all 14 years young. He is amazing, and he admits that he just looks forward every year because he keeps innovating bigger and better tricks. Parks Bonifay, just take a look at what this young man can do.
That was just a huge air railie coming off the first wake there, and then another flip, kind of a roll to the right, roll to the left. They do all sorts of variations. Now, this is very much of a free-form sport when you're out on the lake, but here it is programmed. They have submitted lists to the judges. They know exactly what they're trying to pull off, and once again, he is getting some great height and clearance.
Well, Parks was the youngest competitor invited to the X Games, did very well, and as we said, just 14 years old. The world of wakeboarding is his. That's an S-spin. That trick was actually innovated by Shannon Best, a wakeboarder from Australia, and I'll tell you, Parks has taken what Shannon and the rest of the top pros do, and well, they say that he's the Michael Jordan of his sport, so I guess that sums it up.
You know, he doesn't look very big, but let me tell you, he's very strong. He's timing the spring off the top of the wake perfectly, as well as keeping the handle very close, and that keeps his overall body control and making look so easy.
Take a look at that. It's just amazing what he does. He goes in fakie, he lands it fakie, he can do anything. Parts Bonifay wins this one going away with over 20,000 points. Another win for the young man from Florida. You're the junior Masters champion. Tell me, in the open field, the top pros, who do you look up to?
I look up to Zane Schwenk and Sean Murray. Those are my two favorite riders. And I just hope to ski like them one day and be as good as them.
Well, I'm sure that there are many young wakeboarders out there hoping to be as good as you. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
And coming up, it's time to take a few turns down the slalom course. Welcome back to the 1996 Junior Masters Water Skiing Championships. Here's a look at the women's slalom lineup. But before we get to that action, let's take a look back at what Susie Lohr did as she is searching for the overall title. Susie got 5 buoys at 28 off, and then it was time for Leander Currie, also in the hunt for the overall title. Leander got 1/2 buoy at 32 off, and so they are still in the thick of things when it comes to the overall title, the combination of tricks, slalom, and jump. Mandy Nightingale is also battling for the overall title, but here she is looking for that slalom title first and foremost.
In the slalom skiing event, there are a number of constants. One is the boat speed, 34 miles an hour. The other is the boat path and also the course. There are 6 buoys, 3 on each side of the course, equidistant to each other. Dan, that means they're the same width from the middle of the course out.
I appreciate that.
And when they finish all 6 buoys, they go out through the exit gates, they shorten the rope. And that's where it gets really difficult because the rope gets shorter, they have to pull harder. And when you're pulling harder, you have more speed, and that makes it difficult to turn.
And here's a great example of that right now. Look at her just hold on, and she gets 4 buoys at 32 off. Mandy thought that she could have gotten, I think she thought she could have skied that pass, Wayne.
Well, she's well capable of running that pass, but she got on the nose of the ski late in the turn, and the ski stopped on her.
Well, here is the 15-year-old from France, Anais Amade, who began skiing when she was just 7, picked it up as a family hobby, and now, 8 years later, she's one of the favorites here in the slalom competition of the 96 Junior Masters.
That would be Toulouse, France.
That's where she, yeah, that's where she grew up.
Yes, I just hope her bindings aren't too loose.
Ah, I get it.
Da-dum, pa-dum.
6 buoys at 28 off for Anais Amade, and take a look again, Wayne. She has very nice form here.
Her mother was on the French water ski team in 1970, so she's obviously inherited some great talent as well as has some great coaching. She's adapted extremely well to the rather soupy water here, which can also be kind of spongy. So what do? You bend your knees and hang on, and she is staying way ahead here in the race from buoy to buoy, and she leads hard and tries to get to 5. Almost got there, but just doesn't recover in time. Great fall, though.
5 buoys at 32 off. Will that be enough to hold off Courtney Buntjer? She is our #1 seed coming all the way from California.
Stretches around the buoy, pulls the rope, and gets pulled out on #1. I think we're seeing nerves at play here at the first pass.
Trying to figure out what's going on. Anais Amade is our winner.
Très bien, c'est magnifique.
Thanks a lot.
How did you feel out there?
That's all right. I was a little bit nervous.
How's it feel to be the Junior Master Slalom champion?
Oh, that's really nice. Because I think that's the most important tournament in the world, better than the world, so that's really nice.
You know, that accent will just bring a smile to your face, and so will her performance. All right, here's a look at the junior men's slalom. Marcus Brown, Terry Winter, and Chris Parrish will go out 1, 2, and 3. But first, let's take a look back at the race for the overall. Now, these 3 young men qualified to ski because they are still in the overall battle. Eric Hall got 4 buoys at 32 off. Paul Price got 1 buoy at 35 off. Now, it was George Hatzis who skied superbly, got 2 full buoys at 35 off. Combine that with his 2nd place finish in the tricks, and Hatzis is the leader right now for that overall title. And when we come back, it's the slalom title up for grabs, and you know who wants it? Hey, Mr. Winter going for a summer sizzle. The future of men's slalom is on the water today here at Robin Lake, Callaway Gardens, the Junior Masters Slalom Competition. And here's a good look at Marcus Brown.
You're looking at short line slalom with the boat speed now at 36 miles per hour. They're achieving speeds up to about 55, 60 through the wake, slamming on the brakes and trying to slow down about 20 miles an hour. He rips through 35 off. Nice job. You're getting an idea what this event is really about, and it's about acute turns, excessive speeds, excessive acceleration as well as deceleration, because once they cross the wake and change edges, oh man, what a fall. He hit the buoy there. Once they change edges, they're throwing the weight on the nose of the ski, trying to slam on the brakes to make the turn.
Here is 17-year-old Terry Winter, born in San Jose and now performing here in Georgia.
32 feet off a 75-foot line puts him at a 43-foot rope, which means he's got about 5 feet of extra rope to get around the buoys. He just ekes around or pulls himself back onto the ski, coming to 6 there. Makes all 6, but you know what, folks?
Yeah,
he
right.
missed the entrance gates.
The judges have made it official. He missed that gate. You have to get through cleanly. He didn't, and so he is out. Not so for Chris Parrish. Not only is he in, but he is hot. Everybody, including the top water skiers in the open senior division, are talking about this young man, Wayne.
Basically, they're saying this guy is great, and he's ready to be in the show, the major leagues, the Masters itself. And right here, he is the clear favorite. He strokes 35 off, left foot forward skier, has the, just the typical slalom build. Lean, tall, great reach, and fine technique at such an early age.
38 off now.
Right here, the rope does not even reach the buoys. He'll be completely laid. Oh, and he just misses the handle or something, going very smoothly. There, he doesn't get to the wake in skiing position, so he's awarded half a buoy, 1.5 at 38.
So as the handle slips away, so does any possibility of the title for Chris Parrish. Marcus Brown is our winner.
Congratulations, you're the new Junior Masters champion. How do you feel?
Feel pretty good. I didn't think it was ever going to happen, but pretty happy now. I didn't expect it. It's kind of one of those things that just happens spur of the moment, but I'm happy.
I hate to see that kid when he's sad.
With all due respect to the other two disciplines, here is the one everybody's been waiting for, the jumping competition, and we begin with Mandy Nightingale, up and down, and that is good for 111 feet. I think she knows she can go farther.
It's about distance here, distance, but the trap is don't think about distance. You got to think about the fundamentals here, and there are really just two basic ingredients: speed on the cut right here, and then kick, spring off the top, and that is a better lift. The two ingredients gives her 116 feet.
Will it hold up? Emma Shears, the great senior jumper, talking to Leander Currie. She will be our top seed. This is Susie Lohr.
Flying off the wake, collecting herself, standing up, misses the spring a little bit. Skis got a little wild off the wake, but carried more speed, and 123 takes the lead.
Takes the lead with plenty to spare. Look at Susie. It's amazing how small she is up there, painting a picture against the backdrop of the pavilion.
Nice low center of gravity there. Doesn't take much movement to get those legs straight. And once again, a similar jump, exactly identical, 123.
Not bad off that 5-foot ramp. Here comes our top seed, Leander Currie.
Oh, and she did a nice job of just pulling her arms in at the last second before impact. Recovers right here, just kind of stretched out. Once you get stretched out, you lose body control and positioning, and there she just kind of hung on for a 120.
Well, this is her final jump, her final chance to catch Susie Lohr.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Really scary coming across the wakes, and thank goodness she is okay, but the left tip kind of dived off the wake and got her way forward. Watch here, left foot tip goes down there, pulls her way forward, then she goes flat, lets go, thankfully, and doesn't take too hard a fall.
And she was headed right towards the pavilion. All right, here's Susie Lohr, our winner.
Congratulations to Susie Lohr, her first title here, Junior Masters Jump Champion.
Yeah, it was really nice out there.
What do you think was the difference for you this year?
This year I trained in Florida for a little while. I did homeschooling in Jack Travers Ski School in Florida. And I've been working really hard for the past 4 weeks. So.
Well, it certainly showed. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Ah, yes, coming up, it's the big boys flying high.
Oh, and there is a beauty.
This week on Know It All, we present part 14 of Transportation, mankind's greatest challenge.
Dad, please change the channel.
Introducing the latest evolution in transportation, the world's first car multimedia system, with LCD television and an in-dash cellular phone, which you control through a Clarion Pro audio system. Car multimedia from Clarion. It will enable mankind to conquer even greater challenges.
Are we there yet?
Like family vacations, Clarion, car audio, and beyond.
Well, the ramp has now been raised to 5.5 feet. The boat speed is up, and here is who will be up in the junior men's jumping competition. But first, let's take a look back at those who are competing for the overall title. First, Eric Hall comes down south, gets up and goes out, and landed a 148 on his third and final jump. And that set up this young man, George Hatzis, with an opportunity to claim the overall title. He needed to go further than 148. He got a big spring, Wayne, and it...
if that looked like it was on the edge, it was.
And 150, good enough for, drum roll please, yes, George Hatzis is the 1996 overall Junior Masters champion. Congratulations to him. All right, this is Terry Winter, our third seed for the jumping title, and boy, he almost went over the top there.
Well, he's getting pulled out coming across the way. Boat speed is higher now, 35 miles an hour, and we're going off a 5.5-foot ramp. So they're carrying about 60, maybe 65 miles per hour coming into the base of the ramp, and you've got to have it all together. Just the right position. He needs to get his left shoulder down a little bit more, stand up a little bit late, on a full extension off the top.
However, 150 is not a bad mark to beat for our other two competitors, including this man, Paul Price, the 1994 World Junior Jump Champion. Can he become a Junior Masters champion?
We saw his timing was off there. He kind of drifted in on his cut, and there he was late on timing the spring. Slides out towards the pavilion, means he doesn't have his weight squarely over his skis. Actually have to compensate a little bit for the pull of the boat and be on the left ski. There he stands up just perfectly, and a 156.
And that is the mark to beat then for our top seed, Will Dan out of Bellingham, Washington, 17 years old. But look at the size of this guy, Wayne. Look how he attacks the ramp and flies. It's official 159, which means Will Dan is our 1996 Junior Masters Jump Champion.
He is obviously one big boy, but he has a lot of talent.
Yeah, he lists weightlifting as one of his favorite hobbies, and I dare to venture that his best event is probably the squat. Look at the size of this guy's thighs. Now he's going for the record. He says he wants to beat Kyle Peterson's Junior Masters record of 161. His best was a 160. He just comes up shy, but he'll be back next year for another shot at the Junior Masters title. We had an opportunity to talk with him and Susie Lohr.
I was looking for something a little better, but I'm really happy with I see today.
You are our jumping champion. Congratulations. And one final question. Where do we go from here?
We go big. We got to go for it.
Terrific effort.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad this is over now. Go rollerblade now.
You've been thinking about this for, I would think, a whole year, since kind of a disappointing experience last year.
I didn't get out in the top 3 overall last year. I was kind of disappointed. Just wanted to go for it this year, and glad I did.
Well, you never gave up. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are the Junior Masters overall champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was a big try for this. Hard training, and I made it.
I know it was a great time had by both George Hatzis, who comes halfway around the world to wow the crowd here at Robin Lake, and of course by Mandy Nightingale.
Yeah, she had a terrific day. 2 years ago she won the tricks competition, had a poor performance last year, came through, stayed focused through the year, and dazzled the crowd. And once again, fantastic event for her.
A little sneak peek at what the future of the world of water skiing has to offer. So for Wayne Grimdich, I'm Dan Debenham. So long, everybody. We'll see you next year right here at the Junior Masters. The Junior Masters has been brought to you by Nautiques by Correct Craft, the world's #1 choice, and by Rolex, the watch of champions the world over. A promotional consideration has been provided by Callaway Gardens Resort. When you want to get away from it all, call Callaway.